rest of our graduates, please join me in a round of applause for the middle school class of 2024. Students who have demonstrated the most all-around academic and personal growth during their 4 years at the middle school. It gives me great pleasure to introduce the students who have made the most of middle school for 2024. Elise Bisgrove and Jack Crombie. Elise and Jack will join me. Elise and Jack will join me in the salute to the flag. Please stand and remain standing for the national anthem.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
privileged to welcome our very special guests who are joining us this evening. Each one of you, either directly or indirectly, has had a significant impact on our students' middle school experience. To be warned, I do have quite an extensive list, so if we could please hold our applause until I'm finished, that would be greatly appreciated. Mr. Michael Bush, President of the Board of Education and a parent of a graduate. Ms. Emily Rubin Persons, Vice President of the Board of Education. Ms. Erin Ballard, Board of Education member. Mr. Lucas Cascardo, Board of Education member and a parent of a graduate. Mr. John Vamosi, Board of Education member. Mr. Joseph Palumbo, Principal of Pleasantville High School. Mr. George Lamar, High School Curriculum Coordinator. Mrs. Sarah Lamar, Middle School Co-Curriculum Coordinator. Mrs. Tracy O'Sullivan, Middle School Co-Curriculum Coordinator and parent of a graduate. Ms. Pam Roth, 8th grade counselor, the 8th grade faculty and staff. Ms. Marianne Flatley, K-12 SEL counselor. Lieutenant Jesse Woolman, Detective James Charletti. Pleasantville SEPTA co-president and parent of a graduate, Beth McGinley. Pleasantville PTA co-president and parent of a graduate, Andrea Bush. Pleasantville PTA treasurer and a parent of a graduate, Courtney Boyce. Lana Pattinson, PTA recording secretary, Science Olympiad parent coordinator and parent of a graduate. Christine Cochran, Science Olympiad parent coordinator and a parent of a graduate. And especially all of you, the parents of our 8th grade students.
The title of Most Outstanding Student is awarded each year to a person who demonstrates academic excellence, civic awareness, and upstanding character. This year's recipient embodies one of the district's cornerstones, enter to learn. Each day, this student entered the building with an inquisitive mind, their strong desire to learn something new, to ask questions, and to search for answers allows them to see new perspectives of the world around them. This inquisitive mind makes them a strong member of our Science Olympiad team, a diligent worker in our advanced classes of earth science and algebra, and overall a model student. Through their eloquent writing, articulate classroom debates, and insightful presentations, they've demonstrated their keen understanding of the English language. Many teachers have commended on this student's character, noting that they are highly empathetic, always willing to help and support others through kind words and acts of service, and remain consistently reflective and humble. And while they may be soft-spoken at times, their sportsmanship speaks loudly. In the swimming pool, this student is a tireless athlete whose perseverance and dedication to the sport have earned them many accolades in the world of swimming. In their spare time, they've explored the arts by joining our orchestra and competing in the Olympics of the visual arts. These qualities are the key ingredients of a well-rounded individual, of whom our school is very proud of. This year's most outstanding student is Lexington Boyce.
The voices and dreams of everyone in my grade in a way that truly encompasses who we are. I wanted it to be perfect, a collection of thoughts and experiences that drew a picture of how far we've come. So I asked a few people how they would describe middle school, to create a collage of ideas that weren't mine. What I found sounded like the classic cliche middle school movie. Confusing, complicated, chaotic, eye-opening, brutal, inspiring, infuriating, and unpredictable. Growing trip like no other, and no one experiences it the same way. That's what makes it incredible. Life shapes us with its masterful hands, piecing us together as we grow each year. It makes us who we are, individuals with goals and memories, favorite songs, and moments we will never forget. We all see the world in a unique way, and middle school is a time to discover who we really are and how we view ourselves. While there are times when these years felt more like a train wreck than the glorified period of self-discovery everyone sells it as, there's no denying that middle school allowed us to grow into the people we are today. It forced us to learn the power of accepting change and learning to adapt with it. We've all battled with changes in our lives at some point. If it was an overwhelming addition schedule, a shift in friends, or several lonely months spent stuck inside during COVID, every challenge taught us the true strength and resilience we possess. The hardships we face may complicate our lives, and at times they can leave us feeling broken. But hidden within every struggle is a moment when we discover something about ourselves. And that moment, paired with 1,000 others like it, shapes who we are. It's what makes us individuals, unique and remarkable, and growing every day with the obstacles we face. Famous motivational author Alan Cohen once said, "Change is the catalyst for growth, and growth is the engine of transformation." Every day we grow a bit more, change forcing us to bend and adapt, making us more resilient than before. Each step that we take forward may feel small, but looking back, these little pieces transformed us into who we are. Now, here at graduation, we find ourselves on the edge of another change. At the teetering balance between high school and middle school, we face a transformation both overwhelming and unbelievable. To some, this day is a gateway to life's next steps. To others, it is a loss of comfort in exchange for places unknown. But no matter how we view it, today is our last day as middle school students. These years have been an unforgettable adventure, filled with laughter and memories. We have learned and we have grown, and we couldn't have done it without the support of everyone. So, from all of us, I would like to say thank you to Dr. Chigaris, Dr. Mara, and Ms. O'Hara for looking out for us and making sure we felt cared for. Thank you to all of our teachers and staff for guiding us to who we are today, and thank you to our parents for being with us every step of the way, no matter how many times they had to listen to a bunch of middle schoolers play hot cross buns. And finally, I would like to thank everyone in my grade for coming with me on this crazy and unpredictable ride. I can't wait to see where high school brings all of us, and hope that everyone finds something good in the changes the next few years of our life will bring.
Mrs. Gilroy and Mrs. O'Sullivan offer all of our 8th graders an opportunity for extra credit for their 4th quarter grade in English. The assignment was to write a poem about middle school, moving on, or transitions. Upon reading the poems, one was so appropriate for this evening that we would like to share it with all of you. I am very proud to introduce our Poet Laureate for graduation ceremony, Sabrina Sarabin, who will be reading a poem entitled Chapter 8.
Chapter 8. At first they were stark white, so white they could give you a headache. As time went on, they became loved and used, the leather becoming rougher and matted. Eventually they would crumple to dust, or stories forgotten. This time it was rushed, so fast it almost teared. Last time it was slow, like nobody cared. These pages are yellowed and creased, a story that's been read many times. We are leaving. We've been ready for some time. It creeped up so quickly this year was never mine. I can't remember the time when we were all so small. 4 years, but it felt like 10. 9 months, but it felt like 3. I didn't want to move on, don't want to be left behind. These memories can't be engraved, nor kept in a vault with only one key I would have. To go from oldest to youngest, we knew everything, now we know nothing. 4 years of my life now gone, this chapter complete. It will go on my shelf for now, as there are new memories to greet.
Distinguished guests, proud parents, esteemed faculty, and most importantly, the remarkable 8th grade class of Pleasantville Middle School. Today we gather to celebrate not just an end, but a beginning. As you get ready to start high school, I want to share a few thoughts with you. Thoughts that capture the spirit of resilience, hard work, and the courage to embrace failure. Life is a journey filled with twists, turns, and unexpected challenges. Each of you has faced adversity, whether it was a difficult test, a friendship that went wrong, or personal struggles. But remember this, adversity is not a roadblock. It's a stepping stone. It's the fuel that propels you forward. Your ability to overcome obstacles defines your character, shapes your destiny, and makes you stronger. Success is not handed out. It's earned through perseverance and determination. Hard work may not always yield immediate results, but it compounds over time. Keep pushing, keep striving, and success will find you. Failure. This is not a word that's often spoke about at graduations. But here's the secret. Failure is not the end. It's a pit stop on the road to success. Embrace failure as a teacher, not an adversary. Learn from it, adapt, and come back stronger. Think of failure as a compass, a guide that points you towards growth. When you stumble, ask yourself, what did I learn? Did you discover a new approach? Did you gain resilience? Did you uncover hidden strengths? Failure isn't fatal. It's a fertilizer for your dreams. So when you fall, dust yourself off and adjust your course and keep moving forward. As you step into high school, remember that success isn't just about grades or accolades. It's about character, kindness, and making a positive impact. Be the person who lifts others up, who celebrates their voices, and who learns from their setbacks. In closing, Pleasantville Middle School has been your home for the past 4 years, a place where you've grown, stumbled, and soared. As you move on to high school, remember the failures as much as the successes. Remember how you have overcome adversity. Remember how hard you worked, and let failure be your compass. You're the architects of your success, and I have no doubt that each of you will build something extraordinary. Congratulations, class of 2024. Go forth and create your own definition of success.
Every student in the 8th grade had the opportunity to participate in community service. Each of the students who chose to participate cared enough to make a difference for someone or some cause. Each of them spent a minimum of 25 hours working for this cause. Tonight, it is my pleasure to recognize these students and to let them know how very proud we are of their character and commitment. I would now like to call upon Ms. Pam Roth to recognize these students. Students are asked to stand at their seats when their name is called. The actual certificate will be handed out with their diploma.
Thank you. Good evening. So from math tutoring to the farmers market to volunteering at their local churches and synagogues, these students went above and beyond to serve their community. 68 students completed more than 25 hours of community service. Please hold your applause until all of our students are standing, and then we'll recognize them at the end. Elise Bisgrove, Nick Bonville, Lexington Boyce, Ray Brotherton, Sabrina Bush, Maeve Burns, Gemma Cascardo, Alec Cochran, Zeke Cohen, Odin Connolly, Jack Crombie, Nick Davidson, Lillian Delam, Jeremy Dominguez, Ella Donahue, Ella Friedler, Bonnie Garcia, Gabe Garcia, Stella Gardner, Eve Glass, Sarah Grunspan, Michaela Harris, Jamie Harris, Jasmine Hart, Evan Hirsch, Jacob Huckman, Olivia Johnson, Brady Cashman, Ellie Kim, Ian LaCapria, David Lamb, Sophia LaPunzina, Devin Levy, Sean Leibel, Cadence Liu, Molly Lowe, Akshay Malhotra, Santino Mazzio, Connor McCarthy, William McGee, Molly McGuire, John McTiernan, Delia Miyake, Leah Morales, Leah Nazar, Elias Newman, Cameron Pattinson, Matteo Petricone, Michaela Pikanich, Leah Quinn, Emily Rafsky, David Reinhardt, Dahlia Resto, Josie Sable, Adam Sophia, Liam Sanford, Nayla Sawtoff, Sabrina Sarabin, Mila Silver, Liam Silver, Henry Silver, Adelaide Tepper, Kayla Thorschmidt, Mila Valente, Cecilia Verminsky, Spencer Vinjamuri, Erin Wilson, and M. Wolf. Congratulations.
Graduates, last night, Dr. Desa likely tore her meniscus at the BRS graduation. She regrets that she's unable to be here with you tonight to celebrate as you graduate middle school. She sends you her warmest wishes and wanted me to tell you how proud of you she is for all that you've accomplished throughout your middle school years. Before presenting the graduation certificates, the class of 2024, I'd like to thank the following individuals for their efforts in ensuring this beautiful ceremony. I would like to thank, once again, Dr. Desa and the entire Board of Education for all that they do for Pleasantville Middle School and for the entire Pleasantville School District. I also want to recognize and thank our amazing PTA and SEPTA members. Much of what has happened over these years has made middle school an incredible experience for all of our students. Mrs. O'Sullivan and the 8th grade teachers, Dr. Don Mara, your leadership and impact to the Pleasantville Middle School and the community will resonate within the walls of our schools for years to come. The Pleasantville Police Department, for your continued partnership in keeping our schools and community safe. Mr. Verchese, for supporting our students and providing us with this beautiful music this evening. Our office staff, chaperones, custodial, and maintenance staff for their incredible efforts to make this evening possible. At this time, the 8th graders will receive their diplomas.
Morgan Adriazola. Ella Friedler. Samantha Gordsema. Leah Nasser. Neela Sautoff. Cadence Liu. Giselle Silvestri Sanabria. Mila Valente. Sabrina Sarabin. Emily Rafsky. Bonnie Garcia. Kayla Thorschmidt. Jamie Harris. Michaela Harris. Mila Silver. B. Larzilier. Jeremy Dominguez. Liliana Brancato. Ben Savisky. Michaela Picanich. Delia Miyake. Stella Gardner. Jasmine Hart. Gemma Cascardo. Dahlia Resto. Adelaide Tepper. Eve Glass. Adeline Degnan. Elias Newman. Greg Smith. Sean O'Sullivan. Cameron Pattinson. Molly McGuire. Ellie Kim. Riley Doran. Violet Clemens. Alexandra Hannon. Sarah Grunspan. Sarah Hipwood. Claire Kundis. Josie Sable. Corinne Kennedy. Sophia Pajinski. Ella Donahue. Erin Wilson. Alyssa Conti. Chloe O'Regan. Sabrina Bush. Em Wolf. Liam Sanborn. Ricky Guido. Nick Tacey. Emmett Shapiro. Alec Cochran. Brady Cashman. Alexander Syed. Gavin McGinley. Nick Bonville. Brandon Balaz. Atticus Clampett. Frank Perlushi. Santino Mazio. Ethan Barda. Dylan Cardona. Gabriel Garcia. David Reinhardt. Christopher Nahara. Charles Way. Pierce Dunlap. Jacob Huckinen. John McTiernan. Samuel Ballesteros. Leah Morales. Lee Quinn. Maeve Burns. Odin Connolly. Ray Brotherton. Jack Crombie. Ryan O'Malley. Nick Davidson. Logan McCoy. Connor McCarthy. Joe Steen. Rebecca Garcia. Taylor Daniels. Maddie Becerra. Molly Lowe. Juliana Karaki. Olivia Johnson. Lexington Boyce. Cecilia Verminski. Devin Levy. Lily Delan. Elise Bisgrove. Henry Silver. Nick Abruzzi. Connor O'Brien. Spencer Vinjamuri. Jimmy Conforti. Adam Sophia. Sean Leibel. Akshay Malhotra. Liam silver. Dennis Katalevsky. Evan Billis. Xander Chilikutis. Zeke Cohen. Billy Slocum. Aiden Niemeyer. Lucas Peretti. Reese Tucker. David Lamb. Matteo Petriccioni. Will McGee. Ian LaCapria. Sophia Lapunzina. Jaden Cintron. Harry Abels.
All right. Ninth graders, please stand. And now, it gives me great pleasure to present to you the high school class of 2028.